With Calendar Snack. Thanks for stopping by and checking us out. Today is Sunday, May 26th. This is a series of the Rockies games on how I injected data into the Calendar Snack server on AWS and what it looks like when I send calendar invites on AWS with an email list. I'm going to take a step back here just real quickly, expand my screen. We're commonly asked how to get data into AWS off the calendar client. So the high level is I've used a create command, create at calendarsnack.com. I've taken it off a calendar here, which is Colorado Rockies fans at outlook.com. And when I use this create command and copy the calendar client to that email box, what happens is the calendar invite information for the calendar to be sent on AWS is injected into an S3 bucket. So it's a little bit abstract, but once you're through it several times, you kind of get the how it's built. So that today is just a small little vignette. I copied the 194 games off my personal calendar. Those were injected into the AWS account of ours, and consequently, I'm doing a demo based on that data set. Now, one thing that our intellectual property that we don't talk much about is when I go here to the 26th, you'll see if I double click that the create at calendarsnack.com command is used right here. So if I was to edit this here, you will see the create if I double click. So create at calendarsnack.com. So that's how those were all injected. Now, if I was to change this information, it will change everything downstream in workflow. So again, if I change anything here in the content here, in the basic message body, as we call it here, if I change the identity of the ballpark where the Rockies were playing, say if I want to put this Chicago, if I was to change the time, etc., etc. So anything that's changed on the calendar client itself can be saved, and when it's saved, that UID is updated. So I'm going to put this away. We're not going to do any of that right now. So I am going to discard my changes. So again, that information flows from here, the create command, to the Calendar Snack dashboard itself. It's that simple. So when you log into the dashboard, we know who you are by your organizer. In this case here, the organizer is Colorado Rockies fans at outlook.com. So that's a quick highlight. Hopefully it makes some sense. Today I'm going to go ahead and dive into the live demo. And that live demo will be orchestrated right here in the Calendar Snack app. So today's the 26th. I'm in the dashboard. I'm going to go ahead and go into the send for the Colorado Rockies. Click this little button here. I'm going to do something called VIP list. I'm going to choose the file itself. Choose a file. Going to go back up to my cloud drive, dive into my folder system. I apologize for this. And I'm going to pick out the 2024 data set. I'm going to scroll down here. Here's the text file. The text file's preloaded with 11 email addresses. And I'm going to pick out a Rockies game to send to. In this case here, it's 526. And I'm going to say yes. And we're going to send out a calendar invite to this event going on for the Rockies. So click the button and off and running we go. 526 is the 110 game. Colorado Rockies is hosting the Philadelphia Phillies, so they're here in town. So the calendar invite just went out for today, Sunday, May 26th. And the calendar has indicated that it is a 110 ball game. So when I go back to view events, if I go back, view events, click the 26th, I'm going to go into our viewing engine here for reporting. Under reporting game for this game here, Philadelphia Phillies, the Rockies, you just saw actually one come in the background. It is going to be refreshed here. Let me refresh. Excuse me. So I just refreshed my browser. It showed 11 invites were sent. And now I'm going to interact with the calendar invitations themselves. So I have Zach at techvader.com up and running here. That's one of the mailboxes I sent to. He is going to say yes. And Mandy's going to say No, she doesn't have time. It's last minute. And Greg should be part of this roundup of emails sent. I'm not sure he is, so I'm going to take a quick peek, and there he is there. Yep, he did get a calendar invite. He is going to say maybe. So there you go. We have one yes, one maybe, and one no. The data is now collected in what's called the calendar receipt engine on S3. We're actually communicating back to the AWS system which we've built. And if you look at the AWS system we built, it's all on serverless. So that calendar receipt goes to an S3 bucket. We put it into DynamoDB, and then this user interface here goes out and gets that data live. So a little bit of stalling going on there, but I'm going to refresh the View app here, and you'll see the total of 3 people RSVP'd. There is the one yes, one no, and one maybe right there. Let me validate back here to the screen so you know it's a live demo. So Greg said maybe, Mandy said no, and Zach said yes. So how would you know the great details of that? Well, I'm going to click the Get Invitee report, and that privacy data, essentially who said what to when, is going to come to the created by organizer, Colorado Rockies fans at Outlook.com. How would I know that? Well, here it is here. I'm going to go to the Colorado Rockies fans at Outlook.com email box. There's the calendar for that address. I'm going to go to the email box. There it is there. The report was emailed. I'm going to preview that. And this preview report, a little bit small, but I'm going to validate the data out of the S3 bucket to Dynamo. You can see that Zach accepted, Mandy declined, and Greg is tentative right there. So let's do a little bit more of an extended demo here on Sunday. I got a little bit more time. I'm going to put this away. I'm going to go back to the calendar, and since Colorado Rockies fans at Outlook.com, again, is the organizer, you see it right here, he is logged into calendarsnack.com. He is going to take on the persona now. I take on the persona here in this live demo of changing the data around. So take a quick peek at the calendar invitations themselves here. Excuse me while I fumble around a bit. I'm going to go ahead and look at the calendar invites themselves real quick, and you'll see here for Mandy, this content says May 26th, Sunday at 1:10 p.m. So what I'm going to do is change the message body. Let's just do that real quickly. So we're going to change the message body here in the edit of the person that did the original calendar snack off his calendar to the AWS service we built. And I'm going to say contact us at booth 564 for a free beer. Okay, so pretty simple. So I'm changing the content of the message body here in the multi-part email message. I'm going to say send, and what it did there was go back to the UID for this calendar snack, and it's going to refresh everything downstream to include the calendar invites, which I've just showed you here for Greg, Mandy, and Zach. So while we're waiting for that to actually change, you see here it hasn't changed yet. Now I'm going to get a system update right here. You'll see that for Zach that there has been an update for the Phillies game. I'm going to click it, and you can see right here the messaging pipeline auto updated that. Contact us at booth 564 for a free beer. So you saw that live. That's an update pipeline. That's our intellectual property. I'm going to do the same here. I'm going to refresh. These messages are piped out via the protocol of a update, and you'll see here I'm waiting on this one as well. That one there has not updated, but good enough for a demo, right? This messaging pipeline takes a little bit of time to refresh, and it's not always appropriate to kind of wait for the message to be updated. Let's go back to this one here for Mandy. Okay, so this one was updated here. You'll see it right there. And then consequently, Mandy can say yes to the game. She had said no. Maybe she's now saying, hey, I'm coming because there's a free beer coming my way. So let's go take a peek here. And what you'll find here, all the way down to the messaging system itself, is you're going to find that the data for this now can be previewed here in a live browser under event details. And you'll see here that this live browser is another mechanism for upcoming, and you can validate your data for A/B testing in this live browser for upcoming events. But you see that right there, that contact us for a beer. So that's all been updated there. Now when I go back to this panel here where we inject the data into and we look at things like reports, I'm going to go back here to the 26th, and I'm going to go to the reporting engine here, take a quick peek, and you'll see here in the reporting engine as well that event message flows all the way through this web architecture on Vue.js. All those fields are pulled via APIs, and all this data itself is updated. I think I'm going to go ahead and wrap up. A little bit longer video. Thanks for stopping by on a Sunday. Thanks.